with the new update for WIC, giving us a new Bowman Commander weapon, whole new matchmaking system for Arena of Honor to make it easier to register and find new players, a source for Commander Tyrion's weapon fragments, a new collection tab for our dragon skills, and a whole new upgrading system for our dragons with powerful unlocks, and a new mysterious attacking effect for Sapphire Dragon which may be able to counter weakness where Disarm can't. Today we'll like to go through all this and giving some thoughts on these, so let's begin. Firstly, we will be going through Melisandre's weapon, acquired from the treasure hunt event. Very impressive for her, at base level boosting her 10% additional damage chance from 50 to 60%, and adding a new defensive effect. While she participates in a defensive battle, she will boost your bowman attack by another 100%, which at max level is boosting up to 200%, and her additional damage chance to 100%. It's a very strong weapon for her, boosting her overall damage by 5% from her standard commander level to max weapon, and during defensive battle with the additional 200% bowman attack, this number will drastically increase. For some players, easily ever another 10% more overall damage from her, she will be encouraged to be used in city holding and castle defense, rather than attacking, where she won't be nearly as effective, all in all a solid commander weapon. Onto the Arena of Honor changes, which are very welcomed, but maybe just a little worrying for top matchups, a new matchmaking system, whereby you can pre-register yourself creating a group, and the time along with the power level of players who can join, or simply join another group, as usually all players have to ready up before registering, and once completed no player can leave the group, they'd be locked into the slotted time and will wait for the matchup. It is great for players who may struggle to find a team, and now with there being a 10-player limit for teams, many more from alliances can play with each other, and do remember there are 25 city slots for each faction too, maybe just a sneak peek into the new change. Once 7 members from the group have ready up, the party leader can complete the registration and all will await it for the slotted time and matchmaking. These changes will help plenty of players like said, but could you imagine 10 of very well-coordinated whales all in one faction against more mid-level players? In the top leagues you will assume all teams are coordinated, and most of us ideally won't have to bother with their matchups. This is a good segue to the arena shop, which for the most part, players bought either the Dragon Essence or the Commander Metal chests, both being great options, and especially for free-to-play players another great consistent source for them. Besides this, Tyrion weapon fragments have been added, priced at 1,000 tokens for one fragment. We had discussed in our anniversary video how strong his weapon is, mainly for the passive stats it provides, being counter damage increases. However, we still need him at 4-star to take advantage of this, which most of us won't have. And at 1,000 per fragment, meaning 100,000 to get one of his weapons. Maybe not a problem for top accounts, but for most it would be a skip. Focus on your Glory Dragon, or the Commander chests. The Dragon Skill Codex is a simple collection menu, nothing too special, besides providing a large amount of diamonds for some, and giving a lot of true dragon marks, which have been revived in use, now no longer just for activating your buffs or giving your buffs up. But now onto the more exciting additions. New items have been added to the Dragon Merchant's shop, and our 3 main dragons have new advanced unlock trees. These are seal unlocks, giving large stat buffs to your dragon, and at max level, unlocking a new skill for your dragon. Going through one by one, the Darkfire has the easiest seal to unlock. In the merchant store, 2 new ambers are available, the Solar for Dark Dragon and Toxic for Moon Shadow Dragon, with no current source for your Sapphire Dragons. And a new material, Dragon Blood, which currently as we know has no use. A maximum of 20 flares can be bought per week for your Dark Dragon at 80 marks, and 5 per week at 160 marks for your Moon Shadow Dragon, meaning to fully unlock their seals, the Dark Dragon will cost 12,800 marks, and your Moon Shadow will cost 25,600 marks. They do have an event source too, and likely will also feature in packs, but besides the stat buffs, what else does this provide us? As we said a while ago, these unlock new skills for your dragon. With Darkfire first, his skill will have a 30% chance to increase his damage by 150%. Along with increasing his strength by 50,000, which is really strong, besides increasing your damage overall, the new crit-like attack will basically be like a half extra dragon attack, although it isn't clearly if this can stack with dragon follow-up skills. Assuming it can, this is an extremely strong skill. The Moonshadow's new skill increases your army damage dealt by 1% and increases their attack speed or their agility stat by 100, which means they will attack slightly faster than Darkfire now, and the bonus 1% damage is total damage boosted. We will have a whole video explaining this damage boosting, but in short, it is your overall damage being boosted, which does make this extremely strong and scale very high with higher leveled accounts. And now onto the Sapphire Dragon, which currently cannot be unlocked and is likely to be acquired through packs. Yet still leads to be one of the more interesting skills, increases your troops' damage bonus by 2%, a massive boost. But more notable, has a 20% chance to freeze the target for 1 second. A new effect mechanic, which we are yet to see on any other skills or commander or know exactly how it will work. We can assume this is like the disarm effect found on Dany and Cersei, and we will also guess that this will be a very powerful counter to bleed and weakness lineups, as if some aren't aware, even if their attacks miss, they can still count towards commander abilities. And as for weakness, it cannot be disarmed, so a freeze mechanic will prevent the opponent from attacking at all, unless if it is clarified that Jaime's weakness can still bypass this. Although that has been an issue for high-level top accounts still not benefiting fully from their commander's disarm purely because Jaime's weakness, which is compared to Dany and Cersei, extremely cheap. We can also assume these dragon skills will have some type of leveling system in place in the future, multiple stars you could say, which will be interesting to see how greater these dragon skills can develop, or if there will be new seal unlocks for different types of skills for our dragons. We will have to wait and see, and maybe this new freeze mechanic will be used by a new female commander, made to combat weakness lineups more effectively, like we've seen with Sarara for weakness against bleed lineups. Eventually this will be, quote, balanced with the other synergy commanders being released. With all these new changes, what are you most excited for? And how do you see this new dragon progression? Do we think there will be multiple skills to acquire or full-on awakening tiers to these skills we have? We will just have to see. Thanks for watching.